Feature Friday.
The freshest. And we're back checking out some of these iconic covers that happen in a room.
Hey, yo, man. Apparently, he's not in the live show.
That's crazy. What happened?
For AGT. I have no idea what happened.
What happened? Somebody tell me.
I'm sure it's TV stuff.
TV indeed.
But he's going to be covering Roberta Flack.
And you know what? She is one of those iconic voices from the 80s.
Yeah, my mother was like...
A lot of soul, baby.
My mother was like, what? I'm
Soul,
not very
baby,
familiar with
soul.
her discography. And I guess I'm going to learn some in the Carkra Khan way.
I think he's really good at these styles, though, because I feel like his vocal texture just kind of like amplifies soul and blues and things like that.
He's wearing drip. Palm Angels.
Tonight you're mine.
Bro.
Completely.
Oh, gosh.
You give
They're lost. They're lost.
your love so sweetly.
You've heard the song.
I have it.
You have to have
heard
heard
the
the
song.
song.
The light of love is in your eyes.
Wow, but it's just so good.
Will you still love me tomorrow?
Him, Arnel Pineda, and Brian Adams need to hold hands together and sing in a circle.
Is this a lasting treasure?
Oh, I just love that. I love how vulnerable this is.
A moment.
This is. Listen, this is. Stop.
They're lost, bro.
No, stop.
Genuinely.
This is literally like a handwritten love confession. Like it's old, but it's true, but it's like I don't know how to explain it. The only way I could possibly put into words what I'm trying to say is it's like an old handwritten love confession that was brought by the mailman. You know what I mean? Like it
feels to me more like a love confession that was put in a box with a locket and that was never delivered. and then you find in your loft many years later when you're moving on.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it feels like to me. And the way he's delivering it, holy
It
shit,
literally
my
is like
son.
he's talking to an unfulfilled love that never even got to really confess. This is so great.
Viva Mexico, Viva Mexico. People from Mexico love him.
Una
Yes.
bendición desde Mexico.
Yes.
Honestly, all
Blessings
the
from
blessings
Mexico.
he deserves.
Blessings
Indeed.
from London, son.
Que viva Chakra.
Believe the magic of your smile. Will you still love me tomorrow? Hey, tonight will words unspoken. You say that I'm the only one.
You see, it's like he wants to scream it to the world.
I think also it's possible that I all he needs is obviously the platform where like more millions of people get to watch him and different audiences from all over the world get to watch him and stuff. But so that he gets to be in a studio to create original songs and he work on his own albums again and let some of these translate into his own stories and let some of these sounds and some of this inspiration and takes and this intimacy, because he's very comfortable in his room, right? You want to translate that into a studio setting where you're that comfortable in the studio, because he has his original work.
I was gonna say, I have absolutely no doubt that he can translate this into a studio, because his original work from years ago has been so well received, and he has captivated continued to cultivate that intimacy.
Yes, but if you can do that, if you can write something like this in English,
Oh yes. No, here's the thing. Here's what I
then
think.
it goes viral on TikTok.
Yes,
and it goes viral on
yes.
the Reels and on the YouTube.
Yes, totally.
And then blam, you have a worldwide hit.
I totally
Like
agree.
that Water Girl you showed me.
Yeah.
That song is straight garbage. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like the verses, actually. I don't like the chorus.
It's okay. Here's what I think. If he can convey such intimate, heartfelt emotions through somebody else's lyrics, imagine what he could be able
With
to
his own.
convey with his own life experiences and his own way of saying
And don't
things.
buy what he tells you. He speaks English fluently.
And this is the one take people that he's doing this in one one go.
That's what I mean. The guy has literal liquid gold in his throat.
I can be sure of.
That is ridiculous. That is stupid good.
Tell me now, 'cause I wanna ask again.
Wow. Okay.
Will you still love me
I did not see that
Expect
coming.
that, dude.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What's cracking? Sheesh. He's got liquid gold in his mind, in his throat.
In his mind.
And his mind. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Like, this guy could literally be a worldwide ballad hit singer right now.
Would you still love me? Wow.
Yeah, literally. There's no limitations, bro. Especially now with the internet, I see it more and more. Like, look at what Nigeria has done, bro. Look
Yeah, that's
look
true.
what Afro beats have done. They've changed the world. Like, Afro beats is not like white music. That's crazy, bro. Like, you get everyone.
That is quite a statement, but it's true.
It is though. It's like you get
It's true.
all of a sudden I'm like walking around London and you get like this, this kid, this 12-year-old kid, who's like as pale as milk, and that grew up in a private school. You wouldn't be listening, like back in the day, you wouldn't be listening to reggaeton. If you're like from that type of demographic and
not.
Afro beats and shit. And now he's like fucking dancing to Soweto,
Oh,
or listening to J
Soweto,
Balvin,
Soweto.
or singing Anita, and you're like, what the fuck?
And it's great. I love
no,
it
no.
for musical internalization. Internal.
Yeah, bro. Whatever that word you're trying to say. That's the way. That's what music is. There is no barriers. There's no barrier of entry for music. You can enjoy any genre. You can adapt and adhere and learn from different cultures.
But
You
this
can
is
learn
just-
different rhythms.
This is just to that statement that you can literally beat all of the odds.
Yeah, with the internet now.
And not even having to speak the majorly commonly spoken language.
As a
either.
matter of fact, if you start killing it like on streams and stuff, you don't even need to do interviews in the language. Who cares? Get a translator if you want to promote the music. Start touring in small scale stuff so you get the most money, less expenses. You don't want to deal with the whole fame stuff. There's ways to do it, especially nowadays. And it's like it's not easy in the sense of like it's not as easy as you make a song that's great and then it goes viral. It never works like that. You make many songs and then one perhaps goes viral. But if you're doing hundreds of covers, if you're doing hundreds of videos, thousands of videos, banking yourself to do that, especially when you have a voice like that. And for people from all over the world as well, I'm sure someone watching as well, like probably needed to hear this shit. It's like you have what it takes to make a hit, especially in this era where
true.
30 seconds can change your life.
Correct.
And,
correct.
and it would be dumb to not take advantage of this time because it's never been easier in that sense. It's been very difficult it's never been harder as well to maintain that type of hype and that type of traffic. That's a new challenge. Before it was just impossible. There was only one way to do it. A label would approach you, you sign a terrible deal, and then you hope that at some point, 10 years down the line, you have enough fans that people will buy your show still when you're no longer with this label, the predatory 360 deal, and then happy days, you can finally buy a house that you're not, you're not in debt with or anything like that. It's a happy days. But it's like now there's so many choices.
Yeah, right now some of your favorite artists actually started like that in their rooms,
Yeah.
mixing their own songs in freaking garage band and things like that. And that's the beauty of our generation, I find. So it's
And if you can't write, you find it difficult, whatever, start learning and work with a writer and a composer. No problem. Share the profit. No need to be selfish.
Yeah,
and then
that's also true.
learn from them. Learn all the nuggets. Learn all the stuff, so then you can keep writing your own stuff. Because your stories can never be told best by anyone else. They can only be told purely by you.
I agree by that.
Adios.